Hello, I'm Karen Giannoni. It's day 8 of war with Iran. Over the next 10 minutes or so, we'll bring our daily briefing with all you need to know and the key updates on the conflict. President Trump has threatened to expand US strikes against Iran to include... He's dismissed an apology by the Iranian president to Gulf states for attacking them. Iran has struck Arab neighbours, including Kuwait, Bahrain and Dubai, where there's been a drone strike near the international airport. Inside Iran, residents have endured an 8th day of intense US and Israeli bombardment across the country. The Iranian Red Crescent says more than 1,300 people have been killed in Iran since the war began. Along with its attacks on Iran, Israel's intensified its military campaign in Lebanon, with the Israel Defense Forces saying there's been a broad-scale wave of strikes on the capital, Beirut. The HMS Prince of Wales, one of Britain's 2 aircraft carriers, has been placed on advanced readiness to sail. Defence sources have told the BBC the ship's crew have been told they must be ready to leave in 5 days. Well, we begin with the latest from the United States. President Trump vowing to hit Iran very hard, saying the US military is considering new targets in the country. The US president claims his military forces have knocked out 42 Iranian Navy ships in 3 days and says they're doing, quote, very well.
This had to be done. They were very close to a nuclear weapon. Our B-2 hit, Midnight Hammer. They would have had it 8 months ago. They would have had a nuclear weapon, and, you know, they're crazy, and they would have used it. So we did the world a favor.
Well, earlier, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian apologised for attacking neighbouring countries and said Tehran would not attack them unless attacked first.
I must apologise on my own behalf and behalf of Iran to the neighbouring countries that were attacked by Iran. The Interim Leadership Council agreed yesterday that no more attacks will be made on neighbouring countries and no missiles will be fired unless an attack on Iran originates from those countries.
President Trump reacted with a post on Truth Social saying Iran, which is being beat to hell, has apologised and surrendered to its Middle East neighbours and promised that it will not shoot at them anymore. This promise was only made because of the relentless US and Israeli attack. Well, let's speak to our North America correspondent, Simi Jolaosho, who's in Washington. And Simi, Trump threatening to expand the strikes. What's the mood like in the US, and does the president have support?
Well, the response here has been very mixed. There have been rallies in Los Angeles, in New York, in Boston, and here in Washington, just outside the White House. Some of them pro-Trump rallies, some of them calling for an end to the war. A new poll by PBS found that 56% of respondents are opposed to this military action against Iran. A poll by CBS found that 45% of respondents feel this military action is making America less safe. Now, remember, this is not a fulfillment of President Trump's campaign promise of no new foreign wars. And the public here have made it clear that they don't want the loss of more American lives. They don't want another endless conflict in the Middle East. And they don't fully understand what the imminent threat was from Iran. The Trump administration haven't made that messaging very clear. Now, Democrats are saying that this is a war of choice, not a war of necessity, and that the Trump administration is not focusing enough on domestic issues, especially the issue of affordability. And they want the end goal of this war to be made very clear. But Republicans are largely in support of President Trump. They say that, look, this is necessary for peace in America, peace across the world. But for them, there is a red line, and that would be for this war to be expanded in 2 ways. Number one, they are opposed to having American troops on the ground in Iran. And number 2, for this war to last longer than just a few weeks.
Simi, thank you very much. Well, Gulf states have continued to experience strikes throughout the day. Despite that message from the Iranian president, Qatar and the UAE have reported attacks by missiles and drones, while Saudi Arabia says a missile was launched towards a military base. In Dubai, there was a drone strike near the airport. Our correspondent Nick Beek is in Dubai for us. And Nick, lots of questions about that strike near the airport coming into us on TikTok. There's been another explosion tonight in Dubai.